Well, today, a Labor Premier told the Prime Minister, stop the scares. Nuclear power is safe.
Look at the evidence. It can be done safely.
Now, Premier Peter Malinauskas is the second South Australian leader to say, listen, if we want zero emissions electricity that actually works when there's no wind or sun, the answer is obvious. It's nuclear. And Jay Weatherill did it before him and even had a Royal Commission look into starting with the nuclear waste facility. And it found that, well, it's going to be safe and it's going to earn the country $250 billion over 70 years. But Prime Minister Anthony Albanese today just treated Malinauskas' serious proposal as some kind of joke.
I think you've got the issue of waste and you've got where it goes. So I think it's a distraction from what we need to do. That's my position, and it hasn't changed. I have a great deal of respect for Mally, but everyone's entitled to get one or two things wrong.
In fact, it's Albanese who's wrong. But I'm not surprised that he's got no idea that the waste can actually be safely dealt with. There has been for generations overseas. And so nuclear energy is also safe too. And I think the problem is he's a big fan of Midnight Oil. That's the band of anti-nuclear hysteric Peter Garrett. Now, I'm guessing Albanese gets his anti-nuclear groove from people like Garrett, who was also former Environment Minister in a Labor government, because Garrett's never corrected his false claim that the one big fatal accident nuclear power station, the explosion in 1986 at a very badly designed reactor, Chernobyl, during the Soviet Union, killed 30,000 people. And, no, more, say other anti-nuclear alarmists.
By now, over 1 million people have died because of Chernobyl. Over 1 million.
1 million or 30,000 even. In fact, the known death toll from Chernobyl so far, well under 100 people. Many simply killed in the blast. I've talked to the US bone marrow expert, Robert Gale, who actually treated the worst injured there.
We know there are about 31 deaths from the accident, not thousands.
Now, to that toll, Gale adds the tragic deaths of up to 15 children from thyroid cancer, which fortunately today can be treated relatively easily. But Anthony Albanese seems not to want to know all this. He doesn't want to understand why nuclear power now provides 10% of the world's electricity. And it's done that safely for decades. And, by the way, is emissions free. Albanese says no to nuclear. Worse, is also saying no to coal and no to gas and other fossil fuels long term. No, 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 no. And most states are doing the same. You now see the price of all this. We are short of power, your bill's going up and up, the government admitting electricity costs will jump another 56% in the next year and a bit. But to the Prime Minister, just talking about nuclear is an excuse for a bit of jokery.
I have a great deal of respect for Mally, but everyone's entitled to get one or two things wrong.
Except those laughs are on you. So, what is the Prime Minister's plan to cut power prices then? Certainly it isn't increasing the supply, which you would think in market economy, that's the way to go. No, it's simple. You just ban coal companies and you ban gas companies from charging so much. Isn't that how communist countries do it? Except forcing coal companies to cut their prices doesn't seem to appeal much even to some Labor premiers. Well, especially Queensland Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk, whose government actually owns her state's big coal-fired generators. She wants billions of dollars of compensation for the lost income, and the New South Wales Liberal Premier isn't happy either.
I don't want to see the taxpayers of New South Wales shortchanged by any arrangements that are in place. We would have to be very, very convinced that no Queenslander would be worse off.
I just can't believe that we're back to sort of communist solution. I don't get it.